Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. We are at such a beautiful place and I have a special message for you, for anyone who's moving through the process of what we call emotional healing, spiritual awakening, the process where we become more aware of what's our inner calling, right? What we want to do with our lives and in what kind of direction we are naturally evolving, when we feel naturally drawn into certain specific direction. If you're moving through that process, this message is for you. Firstly, I want to remind you, like always my friends, that everything is only happening for your greatest possible evolution. And when we start evolving that way, we recognize that we don't fit into the same environment anymore than we did before, right? We don't resonate with same people anymore. If you feel like that, it's completely natural. If you don't resonate with same people anymore, it's completely natural. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you. Sometimes people think like, am I going crazy? Is there something wrong with me? Like, I just can't communicate with same people anymore, like I don't fit in anymore. It's because you're overgrowing maybe your certain circle of friends, of people, of community. And it doesn't mean that you may lose them forever. It just means that you're moving through a certain process where you're recognizing more of what's unfolding within you. You need a certain sense of clarity for certain aspects of your life, and for that you need time, Clarity can only take place when you allow it to happen, when you give time to yourself. That's why they say time heals all, but we need to give time to ourselves for healing, right? We need to allow ourselves to heal, to recognize, to identify what's going on. So if you feel like you need time, give time to yourself. Sometimes you need to move yourself to some new places, right? Sometimes you need to completely move yourself out of your way. If you're forcing too much stuff to happen, give time to yourself. Go to travel a little bit, visit some beautiful places like this. Listen the nature, go on the beach, listen the sounds of the water. When the water is flowing like this, just observe it, because it gives you a sense like it can hypnotize you in a positive way. If you are being hypnotized by nature, what will happen? You will connect with the flow of nature. And that's when the clarity can take place. That's what you need. That's what you need. Because we are living in a world of super fast rushing through everything. So we don't even take time to notice what's important to us. So we think that what we think is important, we think that those are our thoughts, those are the thoughts, the noises of society. So when you have some desires, you need to question that actually, because you don't know if that's truly what you want, or is that another program you've got from environment, right? To recognize what is your inner calling, your inner desire, and go with it. When something doesn't resonate with you, you need to question it and move with those changes that are kind of emerging within your heart, right? Move with those changes, because you're meant to bloom like a flower. You're meant to rise like a phoenix. You're meant to transform like a butterfly, but that's something you need to embrace within your heart. So what does it mean? It means that you ask yourself what you need, right? What do you need? Because if we give time to ourselves, we recognize, well, every single moment I have certain, sometimes unreached needs or unsatisfied kind of desires. Sometimes we need to take time to recharge, right? Sometimes our bodies may crave a good workout because you need to shake off that stressed energy. You need to, relax your nervous system. But if you don't provide it to yourself, you will become anxious. You will start to feel a tension within your body because there's something suppressed. And you need movement, you need to do something. If you don't provide it to yourself, you will start to feel like something is bothering you. And then every single person that will come across your path will trigger you. And then you may wonder like, why I'm so easily triggered because you have stored energy that needs to be released, right? And then you go to places like that, you relax, you recharge, and suddenly you feel at ease with everything. And when you feel at ease with everything, you start to feel like things are just flowing towards you, right? You don't chase things anymore, you attract things. And that is a beautiful state to be in, because you become a magnet for wonder. How to become a magnet for wonder? Well, you become wonderful, right? You say, well, I feel wonderful. When you start to feel wonderful, you become a magnet for wonder. That's how it works. If you're constantly stressed out, you become a magnet for stressed things in your life, stressed events, stressed people. And that's what happens, because, you know, if I feel down, I go into a city and I will see only people who are on that low energy, and I don't want that. So I do things I love. I like to provide to myself what I need. And that's why I always encourage you to do something like that as well, to take time for yourself. And make a list of the things that help you to raise your energy. Like creative expression is just something that reminds us of who we truly are. It reminds us of our nature. We are creators here, co-creating this beautiful life. So if we are co-creators, our purpose is to create, right? And the purpose of creation is transformation. That's why we call transformation a creative process. Some psychologists call it creative transformation. When you recognize that something is out of alignment, you ask yourself, what would be a greater expression of it? What would be a better solution? And then you start creatively thinking about it and transform it. Like, you don't like your lifestyle, you ask yourself, what parts of my lifestyle are not in alignment with me anymore? And you change it. You start applying new behaviors. With consistent repetition, you will develop new habits. New habits will create a momentum of change in your life, and a momentum of change in your life will create changes in your life, and those changes will manifest in your environment. And manifestations of that will look like incredible blessings. But you will notice, well, I was the source. I was the cause of those effects. So I became the cause of what I wanted to see, and then it appeared, right? And that's where you notice how powerful you are as a co-creator, as a creative being. That's why you need to go to places that remind you of who you are. You know, when you listen to those birds and you enjoy that, and we are in the middle of the rain, but it's beautiful, right? Because it can wash away what doesn't serve you anymore. That's what rain does, right? So take time for yourself. If you're moving through that process of healing and you're recognizing like, oh, so many things in my life just don't spark inspiration anymore. It's completely natural. If entertainment doesn't spark inspiration within you anymore, it's completely natural. You're overgrowing that. You're not here to be entertained. You're here to create, right? To be an artist, to be a creator, to be a leader, to be a master. Walk like a master, right? Master yourself, because that's the only path towards mastery. To master yourself, to master your emotions, to master your mindset, to master your soul, to recognize what is your soul, right? What is your soul? What are your unique abilities and capabilities? Because that's what's your soul. Your soul is a being of incredible potential, of evolution, of transformation, of capabilities. And you need to discover what you're capable of, right? What you're capable of, because that's where you're tapping into your soul. And soul desires change. Soul desires growth. Soul desires expansion. And the only way to truly expand yourself is to expand your capabilities. And when you notice how able you are of expanding your capabilities, you will notice your natural talents, right? You will notice, well, I'm really good at storytelling. I'm really good at making music. I'm really good at helping others in any kind of way. I'm really good at doing this. You notice your capabilities and then you start working on it and you will start to feel like, oh, I feel truly alive at doing that. That's because you've tapped now into your soul and now you became a soul being rather than just human being. You became soul being, right? And when you start doing that, you start wondering, how much more can I express those potentials of myself? And that's where you will start noticing a beautiful evolution. But on that process, you may see, well, you can't spend time with same people anymore, because we all become a product of people we spend the most time with, right? And if people don't inspire us, people in our circle, if they don't inspire us, we may become uninspired. And then people are wondering why I feel so uninspired. Well, that's why, because you're not in the right circle, right? Why I feel like I'm not being myself? Because you're in the circle of people who are not being themselves, who are not being honest with you, who are not emotionally available with you. And then you may wonder, well, where to find this kind of people? And the answer is, you need to become that kind of a person so you can attract new people, so you can become a magnet to find new people, because new people will find you, but they can only find you when you become that kind of a person. Because those people who are on that level, they only hang with people who are on a similar level most of the time. So you can't attract those kind of people into your life if you don't become that kind of a person, right? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Because, you know, a funny thing is, when I've started painting, when I was doing it for some time, I've started meeting so many artists. And I'm not coming from family of artists. I had no idea about art. I don't know any artist from my past. But when I've started painting, I've started meeting artists. When I've started making these videos, I've started meeting more and more people who are big on YouTube, who are doing something similar. So we see, when we tap onto the energy of who we want to be, we start meeting similar people. That's why they say, if you want to attract the right people, you need to become the person you want to be. And then people who you will meet will be those who you would describe as the right people. But you need to know that every person can be a teacher for you. Every person can teach you something you need to know about yourself. When somebody triggers you, ask yourself, what part of me was triggered? And then take time and reflect on that, because that will provide you the greatest possible healing, an opportunity to transform yourself so you can transmute what was bothering you into your strength, right? So my friends, I will leave you here. Have a beautiful journey. And have a wonderful day. Do something creative today. Go to visit a place that inspires you, like this one here. I just found this tree because it started raining and I said, well, I need to share something with you. So this is my protection right now. A beautiful place. So my friends, have a wonderful time. Thanks to all of you for supporting my art in our Etsy shop. I draw my passion. You're all truly appreciated. I love you all, my friends. Stay beautiful, and I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. If this video inspired you, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, because it helps the algorithms to push this video to more people who need to see it, to hear it. Thank you so much for that. Till next time, one love.